got this suitcase just recently. It's meant to be really good because I like suitcases that have like a like section on each side. Anyway, I asked to, like, I guess I requested to move rooms so that I would have all of the amenities working. So once I've opened this suitcase, I will then turn the lights off and on so I can see what it really looks like. Thank you. I'm just gonna put this on a little thing so it's got space to stand. I don't know if that's gonna work, but it might work. It might work and it might not. Where can I put this? Does it really matter? No. No one cares. Actually, that's not gonna work. I need to flip this. I can't do the whole, like, I don't know. I can't, like, not see what I'm doing. It doesn't make sense. So, what? This one doesn't even work at all. This has to be a joke. Are you fucking kidding me? This one doesn't work at all. I'm not even being like a Karen about it. It's just like when you pay for something where it's like a featured amenity and it's not working, it's retarded. Sorry, I can't use that word, guys. I know. We use it at home. It doesn't mean the same thing. Okay, well that light doesn't work at all. That was super helpful. I just moved rooms into a room that now doesn't actually have that light functioning. What do I do? I could just not worry about it, but I also feel like sometimes when you do that, you like lower yourself kinda, because you're just like, yeah, anything's fine, like just whatever, average service is fine with me, but it's not, so. I don't know how to call reception. Hello. The room I'm the guest. You just moved rooms. The light problem. This room, the light doesn't work at all. No. Was that checked prior to me being moved into another room? Sorry, were you the same person that? You did send him, and we came to the conclusion that he couldn't fix it, so we would move rooms to one where the amenity is working. So I have moved rooms now, and the amenity is not working in this room either. Yeah, so can you have the man go and check the room first and make sure that it's working before I pack and move my stuff again? Okay, thank you. Bye. I want to be like in a better mood because I'm in like an annoyed mood about this. 12, 12. I've seen that like all day. Repeated numbers 11, 11, 12, 12. These. How do I? It's probably a bit better. I need to get like into a receptive mode because minor annoyances are not worth getting bothered about. And I want to get changed into something comfortable and like, yeah, like feel like this isn't too comfortable and not in a sexual way. Sorry, not like that. Can we talk about something else though, apart from like how people look or like sexual stuff? It's not like the focal point of life, really. There's so many more things to discuss. When did I transition? You're either, I guess, trying to insinuate that I transitioned to be a girl, or you mean transition to another room. Either one, I don't feel like it's relevant. I don't know. That's the other thing, is like, I like how much the internet brings so much information and stuff together, but then on the other side of it, like, there's so much low vibrational shit going on that it makes me not want to be around the internet a lot of the time. Because like, I don't take it on personally, but it's just like, I don't know, I'm sure you guys feel it too, like when you see like comment sections and there's just so much negativity and people like being like arguing with each other and stuff. I don't know, I see that and I think like, what a waste of life. So I started modeling when I was 14. My hair looks really bad right now. I need to fix it. Yeah, I started modeling when I was 14. But my career now is more to do with tech, like computer programming. But yeah, modeling has been a part of my life since I was 14, I guess. Because I was my full height when I was 14. So that gave me such an advantage at basketball because no one would grow in. So pretty much 13, I was like this demeanor, tall, and none of the other girls would grow in. I went to an all-girls Catholic strict school and they were all like here and I was just like dribbling. Like I felt like Michael Jordan for like 2 years. It was great. And then I guess I just became average like everyone else at basketball specifically. I'm interested to see what you mean by when did you transition? I really want to know. Okay. So my hands are like my mum's hands. She's not around anymore and she was really self-conscious about her hands. She used to hide them. So I looked at that and thought, I don't want to be like that. But yeah, my elf ears, they are also a part of my mum. It's called an elven ear. And I don't have broad shoulders really, I don't think, but reasonably so yeah, I don't know if you're saying I look like a dude. That is, I don't know, the first time I've ever heard that. My hands are small, but I also have a problem called Rayans. So what happens with Rayans is you don't get blood flow to your hands. My mum had the same problem, and it makes them discolored. So yeah, absolutely. I don't know what you're saying here. So, and it's all good. Like, I have never heard that, and like my life is good and I'm happy, so it's not going to affect me in that way. Like, I'm not going to go to bed tonight and think about it, but it does momentarily make me sad for other people that they will go and say stuff like that, you know? Like, that's so sad. Like, I feel so sorry for people like that. It's like the same as if someone's on the street and they're begging for money, or they're looking through the trash for food. That's the same feeling I get. I'm like, oh my God, you're all the way down there. That's so sad. Because when you grab like this, when did you transition? You've got big, like, I'm very tall for a girl. That's why I've had a career modeling as well, because I'm tall. So my hands are gonna match my height. But I take it you don't have much experience with girls, but when you're reaching up and trying to pull someone down, you automatically put them up on a pedestal. So, yeah, modeling. So I started runway modeling professionally when I was 14, if you want to look. That was a long time. Yeah. No, I'm just lying. Actually, I'm making it all up. I am a short, rotund little kid that definitely could sort yourself out. Like, your vibration is so low, it's like, I don't want you to fuck with anyone else. Hello. Yeah. Okay, what's the number of the room? Okay. Yeah, perfect, thank you. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, no, you totally caught me. That was what I was doing at 14 years old. No. I was working when I was 14. But you can believe, whatever makes you feel good. If it's gonna make you feel good, I don't mind what you think. It doesn't affect my life. Like, please put on Instagram Live for us. Show us everything that you're achieving and everything you're doing, and all of the reasons why you want to go around and say that kind of stuff to people. And then maybe I'll listen to you. Send me a screenshot of your bank account, actually. You've got more than $800,000 in USDs. It doesn't have to be in fiat currency, preferably in crypto, just prove it. Maybe I'll listen to you. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck about what you have to say, because you're likely broke, disempowered, unfit, depressed, and not doing what you want to do in life. And I can tell, because people that are wealthy, healthy, inspired, positive and happy just don't say stuff like that to people. And that was my whole point. Like, before you even said that, when I was talking about the negativity, it's just all of the depressed people. It doesn't make me look bad. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can keep saying whatever you want. You can get 8,000 people in here to all say it to me. It's not gonna, like, change how I feel. Do you know why? Yeah. When you talk to people like that, I'm gonna assume that you are, I said unfit. That you are depressed. That's obvious that you're depressed because you have to be at a certain vibration to want to drag someone down. So you're not happy. You might not be depressed, but you're not happy, right? I don't think you have money. That's just a wild guess. And I said I'm happy to carry on this conversation if you want to prove it. But other than that, I'm like super interested in people, including myself, having a really good life, and so far it's worked out really well for me. So, yeah, I don't think this is the right video for you, mate. Maybe you should just go, I don't know, go do whatever it is you do. There is someone at my door. Hello! Third time's a charm. Alright.
635.
Okay, I can do
And
the
I
change.
give you to go to water for the problem.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
You need the help with your Lewis?
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
When it's done, you can only call me. It's
Yep.
okay.
No problem. Thanks.
Sorry about that.
Cool. Okay. Well, what I recommend is you find a community of people that want to listen to you and you go chat to them. So no one cares. It's not funny, entertaining, or adding any value to anyone's life. So it's just like, so I listened to a really good interview with Lewis. His name's Lewis, and he was interviewing a guy about Kabbalah, which is like a way of spirituality, which is really, really interesting. It sort of aligns with a lot of my beliefs, and I'm on a journey, we're all on a journey, like no one knows everything. It's all our first time on earth, like playing humans, you know, like I'm not gonna pretend that we all know everything, but this one on Kabbalah in particular, I think it's Lewis Howell or something, but if you look up like Lewis, it's called is it called like the Millennium Mindset or like the something to, anyway, it's a really popular podcast. That's a really good interview, and I definitely recommend checking it out because it's super transformative in my life. Okay, I appreciate that, but I am going to probably remove you from this just because, like, by proxy, you're lowering the energy of everyone, and I want it to be higher. So I'll probably just remove you if that's okay. And wish you the best. So. And I hope that you find the happiness that you are seeking. There we go. I don't give a fuck if you're interacting with me. This is not a source of income for me. It's not what I do for a source of income. It'd be weird if I did, because that would not make sense. The math would not be mathing in that case, so I don't really care. There's people like that everywhere, and they are, for lack of better words, parasitic. And it's not their fault, they just don't know any better. Like, they just don't know any better. And I have spent enough time in my life being happy and being sad and being empowered and being disempowered. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I would never go back to being in that dark spiral loop. And I don't know how many people really resonate with that. Like, I don't know. I know some people do, but I don't know how common it really is. That's the thing with these, like, with these haters, whoever it is, there are 10,000 more of them in another font. And I just couldn't give a solitary fuck about what they have to say. Because, like, if you're spending your life force, your energy, like, this is your life force and your energy, right? Right now I'm in a beautiful hotel. I can do whatever I want. It's like, I'm not trying to flex. I'm just trying to paint the scene without making it sound like outlandish. But if they're just sitting there, like, that's what I mean, is you can put your life force into anything. You can start learning about crypto right now and empower yourself in terms of making money. You can just go down some spirituality and find something that resonates with you. You can do a good favor, for, like a good deed for someone, make someone's day. Like, it's doing something for someone else that's positive is the most rewarding thing you can do. Like, being nice, like, just notice something on someone and just compliment them on it. Like, you can always find something. Like, I really like your, I don't know, sunglasses. Like, thanks for that. That was really easy. Thank you so much for your help. You've got a really beautiful smile. Stuff like that. Like, that brings so much energy and light into your life. And it's such a good way to live, because I feel like I've lived so many lifetimes in such a short period of time. It doesn't matter where it comes from, if it comes from jealousy or anything. It's just not something that I want to even care about. I don't want to justify it. If it comes from jealousy or it comes from something that's justified, it doesn't make a difference. It's still, at the end of the day, if it's going to end up at the same point, does it even matter anyway? If they're, like, whatever it is, I get it, and I get that you get it, and we know that that's what it is. We can tell ourselves all day that it's jealousy, but at the end of the day, I tend to open the window if there's like a mosquito in the room, and it's the same sort of thing. It's like just opening the window and letting the mosquito out because it's annoying and no one really wants a mosquito. So Zachary Lee, you are 100% correct. Goated. Facts. Yep. Like, it's that simple. I know it sounds so simple. Changing your attitude changes your life, but you are like 100% on the dot, on the point. That is exactly all it is. It's so simple that people just can't get their heads around it. And if it's so simple, you've got nothing to lose, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like, if you can change your attitude and that brings you things into your life, right into your life, like right now, in terms of tangible, like whether it's possessions you want, relationships, a different state of being, and whatever the things that you want, changing your attitude is going to bring those things into your life. Like, what have you got to lose? Nothing. And some of you maybe need to get to a place like that guy was like coming at my personal features, which maybe it did trigger me. Like a lot of that stuff I inherited from my mum, and like she's not around anymore, so like it's almost like for a second it made me wobble. But at the end of the day, it's not anyone else's fault. If I feel bad, it's my fault, my responsibility, and my job to be grateful for everything that happens in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the inconvenient, because it is all working out for my highest good. And having good intentions, I realized I have no idea which room I'm going to. I just completely blanked out when he told me. Like, I don't know. It's like awkward now. It's like the third room. I'm gonna have to call him and be like, I don't know what. Hang on. No, I know which room we're going to. It's fine. I feel like the podcasts and the interviews that you are seeing now as well are like, it's all around you to the point where how could you doubt it? Like everyone brings it up. Professional athletes bring it up. What is it, 235? Professional athletes bring it up. Successful people bring it up. I don't know a single person that people look up to that don't speak about this. No one just gets there and they're like, oops. Never. It's always like, I like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has some really, really good quotes. Okay? And number 3. I like Mike Tyson the most because of the simplicity of his quotes and how, like, authentically, I don't know, whatever, it resonates. So he says, or he used to say back in like the start of his career, he'd say, you have to be champion in here, meaning in your mind, before you become champion out there. Be champion in here first, and then you can become champion out there. And he wasn't champion in anything. There's so many. I think professional like fighters actually speak about this a lot. Conor McGregor speaks about it a lot. It doesn't matter your personal likes or dislikes about these people. It's not about them. It's just it's just pattern recognition. And like pattern recognition is actually what they use for IQ tests. But if you can recognize patterns in what do I want out of life? I'd like to be more of service to others, truly. I feel like I don't get the opportunity enough. I do in my personal life tend to be more of like a giver in terms of, but even then I'm saying that it sounds egotistical. I would like to be more of service. I can't remember which room I was in. The never ending. I would like to contribute more to help people, whatever that looks like. I am writing a book by hand actually, which is incredibly difficult. I'm halfway through programming a special type of app which requires an interface software, which is fine. I already run my own business stuff, so that's all good. I would love to get married soon and have a family, actually, but be of service, I think. For my underarms, okay. Thank you. And I think when we're thinking about what we want out of life, think about what makes you, like what gives you the feeling. Like you got to be so tapped into that. So I spend like, even if I have relationships going on in the outside world, I'm so happy to spend so much time by myself, because otherwise you're just constantly influenced by people and their opinions, and like it's called like evil eye, right? Like you want to do something, you talk about it, and then other people just, they say things that are well intended, but slowly it just dissolves that enthusiasm that you had for it. So like the more I've kind of distanced myself from like seeking people's approval, the better life has been for me. And that's across all aspects. It's in terms of all sorts of things. Like, it's not always just about money. It's not always just about relationships. It's not always just about travel. It's not, like, there's, when you rate, I think raising your baseline is what I mean. And most people I talk to are unhappy. I very seldom talk to people that are genuinely happy and fulfilled. So I'm aware that it's like a problem at the moment for people. I'm gonna quickly like run this down to the other. Yeah, relax is really good. Surrender is another really good one. Like just surrender. Be like, I give up, and in the nicest way possible, not in a bad way. Like you just surrender and you're like, I give up. This is my circumstance. It is what it is right now. I'm just going to enjoy it. If it's a bed, I'm going to enjoy the comfort of the bed. I'm not going to give myself a hard time for lying in bed and call myself lazy. The worst thing, the most toxic thing you can do is judge yourself and like make yourself feel guilty and call yourself names or anything like that. That literally does the opposite of what you think it does. You should be your biggest cheerleader because you were stuck with yourself your whole life. No one else. Like, you're in this brain 24/7. You've got to find a way of like making friends with it, you know? Like, it's important. It's important, and the way that we've all been taught and brought up is the wrong way. So it's like we all have to relearn all over again. And some people, you know, they're willing to do that and they go along for the ride and they benefit from that. And some people don't, and it's very obvious. When you've transcended to a certain point, you see people saying stupid stuff over there. It's just like, cool, like, I'm not going to waste energy trying to drag people on a journey that they can't do for themselves, because I did all of it for myself, you know? I had a lot of hard things happen in my life, and I don't like having a victim mindset, so I'm not going to talk about the hard things that I had happen, but yeah, I'm proud of myself, and I think everyone should be proud of themselves. Everyone should be. Why not? Like, you think if you're going to be proud of yourself that it's going to cause you to be like more lazy and less results, guess what? The opposite happens. How you see yourself is how others see you. So if you're not proud of yourself, then others will see you the same way. If you don't think you're capable, others will see you as incapable. Literally how you see yourself, your self-image, your perception of yourself and your opinion of yourself is reflected back to other people. So it's not this like two-dimensional world where people just see you in this static way. It changes, and it changes rapidly. So like some of the stuff that's happened just can't even be explained. It's hard for me to explain in a tangible way that makes sense. In what way doing stuff? What do you mean? What would I be doing? I'm curious. So I'm moving to my third hotel room in like the space of half an hour, but I'm just curious about what you mean. Like, you mean what could you be doing? That's the point. That's like the whole riddle of it, is you're not meant to be like, you're trying to apply action. I think that's what you mean. You need to tell me what you mean by that. Like, just like expand on that. I'm just gonna quickly move this to the other room. Oh, that was loud. didn't get an answer on that about what you mean specifically. Doing stuff instead of... I don't know what you mean by that. I could be doing stuff instead of talking to you. Well, I have a campaign running at the moment, and that's doing stuff while I'm talking to you. So, I don't know. People are weird because of this exact thing that I've just been speaking about, and it's going around in a loop. People are being weird because of what I just have spoken about this whole time, and it goes around in a loop, and people don't implement the things they're meant to implement, and then they wonder why people are weird and why they feel average and why life is average and why it feels like there should be more for them. And it's like this one thing that I keep repeating over and over and over. Money is energy. Money is just energy. It's not real in the sense of what you think. It's just numbers on a screen. It's energy. It's all about your relationship with it. And I have watched people, so I feel like I was an very early learner to all this stuff. I've watched people go through a process of living in a state of lack and in a state of abundance, and it's like, that's human. We want to see people do well. Like, we want to see people be happy. So, well, that's how I feel. That's why I find it weird when people aren't like that. I'm like, there must be some serious, yeah, it's your hurts. So people at that level where they're weird or mean, or they deliberately try to hurt someone's feelings in any way, shape or form, are at a 20 level hurts. You need to be a 600 level, which is a completely different place. And what those people at the 20 hertz vibration don't realize is they think that they're doing something. Like, they think they're like, I've showed them, oh, well, now they'll look at themselves differently. It's like, no, you're just inviting misfortune into your life. That's all you're doing. There is no way you can, there's no way you put someone down. Like, I'm not even talking about myself, just in general. There's no way you do bad on someone, treat someone badly, wish badly on them, talk badly to them, and your outcomes are better because of that. That's not how the world works. And the world works in miraculous ways, actually. And I don't know, what I would recommend is do the research, stay off Netflix, stay off gaming, stay off TikTok, stay off scrolling, don't watch other people's lives. I never watch anyone else's stories of what they're doing. Not saying like it meant, like I will if it's someone who's like talking about spiritual stuff, but I mean like protect your energy. It's important. Like, you should be happy. Like, it's important, you know? Like, your mental happiness is important. You should prioritize it. And to prioritize it, you kind of have to know how to do it. So, the tools are all there. We live in an age where we can access anything at our fingertips. And I would recommend just starting the journey. Go within. Start the journey, go within, play this stuff constantly on repeat. You've got to do it every single day. Myron Golden is another really good person to listen to. The Poverty Programming Trap. Myron Golden, look it up. The Poverty Programming Trap. You watch that, it's like 10, 15 minutes, your mind will be blowing. The way he explains everything, like, I don't even need to tell you, but like, all of that sort of thing. You listen to that, it starts reprogramming your mind, because right now the noises in your mind are the people around you that live in limitation, and the people around you that are used to the old version of you. So they're going to keep reinstating that old version of you back to you and reflecting that. So you have to tune in to something higher, and you don't have to spend money. Like, I'm not trying to say, not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to convince, like, my life doesn't really change if anyone does better or not, you know? I'm just saying it for the sake of, like, yeah, I want people to be happy, and I know what it's like to be happy, and I know what it's like to not be happy. New Zealand. New Zealand. I don't know if I can do this all in one hand, but I can maybe try. Can she do it? Yes, she can. This feels like a nice out breath here. I don't drink tap water or like crappy water anymore either. I only drink certain types of water. So that affects you. So many different things affect you, but lots of things affect you positively. I am going to get changed into something comfortable, and these socks, I love socks like this. Like, these socks spark so much joy for me. Just like, whatever. Yeah, I think I've kind of said all I can say on that. If you want to hear me, you will hear me. And if you are genuinely seeking information to improve yourself, the more pure it is, it will come and find you as well. But like, I've given a bunch of different examples, and I don't want to like talk myself up to the point just to try and like drag someone along to like, hey, you can do this. Like, you've got free will, you can do whatever you want. I just wish happiness and blessings on everyone. So that's all, genuinely. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for being kind and giving a fuck about my life, I guess, in some way, shape or form. It's cool. Let's see how many lights I can turn off before I get off this live. Yeah, it's meant to look like that. That makes more sense. It's got the light. Whatever. Okay. Thank you for that. And sending you love and light and all of that other stuff. Okay,